Welcome to Fox number one stop to entertainment and trending news. For those who are the Wajesus and also Pick and Rich and Kaymo fans, you must know that there was a time that rumors or other speculations online were that the couples were really not in good terms. This could be seen in also major events that happen within the couple's lives. You could see that the Wajesus were not there and even the Kaymos were not in the Wajesus events. Also, the fact that this was their best couple in their wedding, not forgetting they have been good friends even before the fame, people could notice that things are not okay. And so when they did the prank that was posted a few days ago, fans said even though this is a prank, kuna kaukweli flani within that prank. But all in all, the fans were just happy to see that the couples are back together and they're having a good time like it was back then. And so Pick and Rich drops a video. And in this video, the couples actually confirmed that there was a rift. And according to part 1 of the video, you get to gather that first of all, there was a big communication problem within the couples. One assumed that the other was busy for the other. But something that was very, very interesting about this video was the comment section. People literally came for Millie Wajesus, calling her she's arrogant, she has pride. We'll dive into some of those comments. But even within the comment section, there are actually people who came out to say that why are people hating so much on Millie Wajesus? But before we get to what they were saying, let's just listen to a little clip from Pick and Rich's video as to how that distance came to be and how the other couple assumed that the other were busy. And actually, before we listen to that clip, Pick and Rich raised a very, very important thing, and that is the Wajesus assuming that the Kaymos had no time for them. And Rich raised something that within a friendship, you can tell that something is not okay. During the entire time of their friendship, is there a time that they were too busy for the Wajesus family? Let's have a look at that conversation.
There's a time, from that time, we have ever been so busy for you guys. With all honesty.
Oh,
I don't
maybe
think
recently.
Not recently.
For the last 2 years, you've been busy for
Yeah,
us.
2 years.
Now, when you realized we were busy for you, did you ask to confirm if we were busy for you?
We were busy for us. Even us. Sasa mimi nilikuwa like,
Okay, me personally, like I don't know how to ask such questions. Me personally, like me natakanga tu vitu zi play out venye zita play out.
the flow.
I just deal with myself. Na
Yeah.
mi nakwanga ile design ya okay, mi na feel aje kuhusu mse and yeah, like how do I feel and how do I want to handle it. So sitakangi ku come to your side. I don't know how you're feeling. I don't know why you're doing what you're doing. So me personally, I don't know how to confront. To come like, hey man, mbona squeeze uko hivi. I don't know personally.
And so according to me, when I listened to that bit, basically I read that there was a big communication problem within this particular friendship. I think if they had communicated, anyone who was hurt within this friendship would have communicated that earlier and the matter that they had between them would have been resolved. And so if you have watched that video, you might understand what I'm saying. They did raise a point of personalities. And in that short clip that I've played for you guys, you can see that there are different personalities within this friendship. Rach is more of a communicator in terms of she expects you perhaps to ask where is the problem and then this conversation can be had. From Millie Wajesus' perspective, as you can listen, she says she's not a person who confronts or asks why are you so quiet, everything seems to not be okay. That is not Millie Wajesus. She just waits to see how things will play out, and that is what she communicates there. And so I think this is what made the couple even be distanced within themselves for such a long time, because they were not able to communicate their feelings. For those who have watched the video, I don't know guys, did you find Millie Wajesus rude? Because that was what was being communicated. We'll be reading those comments in a minute. I personally, I don't think she's rude. I feel that her personality is more I don't want to say more vocal. I don't think she was arrogant. That's just my opinion. But if you feel that she was arrogant, maybe you can let us know why. In that clip, it's very difficult to assess if somebody has changed their character, but there are people who are pointing that out. But I think people who are comparing more of how these two couples communicate within each other, because you get to see as Kaymo is speaking, Rach is really listening. She doesn't speak much and lets her husband lead that conversation. And in fact, you get to see Kaymo asking her to say something or her thoughts about something. So you get to see that there's a different type of communication between how she does it with her husband, and how Millie Wajesus does it with Kabi Wajesus. So I feel maybe because of those different personalities is where people started feeling that Millie is arrogant or rude. Anyway, let's listen to what people are saying. So someone says, watu wanasema Millie sana kwa sababu ya personality yake. Washazoea drama za mastaa wengi za kujifanya wako humble sana. Wanahuruma sana. Wanacheka na kila mtu na tupunguze comparison. Most ya hawa watu wapo kazini. Hizi ni kazi zao, so lazima waishi kikazi. Ni ngumu sana kujudge tabia zao cause tunaona wakiwa kazini na sio katika normal life. And so from this comment, you can see this person pointing out personality. That is also what I felt when I watched that videos, and then I saw people bashing Millie. I felt like maybe it's because of her personality. Rach is more quiet and she listens more, but I really felt that she also has a lot to say, but maybe she is choosing her wordings or perhaps not wanting to hurt any feelings. Someone else says here, hey, sini kama mulikuwa mnangoja mseme Millie akona ATT. I'm more of her, and it's not ATT to give people space. It saves one from a lot of pressure and overthinking. Just keep it cool. It's a healthy personality, especially when you don't have a clear reason of why the other person took the break. Anyway, I'm happy you guys are back. The combo as always hukua fire. Someone else says, kwani siku hizi Millie amechange aje? Anyway, it is what it is. Somebody also says here, Millie, just change your attitude and all will be like before. Humbleness, Kabi, well collected. Somebody else says here, haters were Millie, it's your time. And this is somebody who's just referencing everyone who was bashing Millie in the comment section. Millie was such a vibe, but siku hizi pride is on another level. Somebody says, Millie, you are very rude and arrogant. Si upe Rach at a time aonge, uko na mafinyo sana. Somebody else says, Millie, learn to be humble. I'm a fan of both families, but I wonder, Millie, respect your hubby. When he's talking, please zip. Rach knows hubby is the head and she's the neck. Millie, if you don't respect your hubby in public, what about in the house? Ain't judging you anyway. Somebody says, honestly, Millie looks like the problem here. Millie ako pride mingi, punguza kiburi. Then the Kaymo's family, just humble family. Millie anakuanga zile za hawa hawatufiki. Change Millie, Kabi hananga shida. Someone else says, comment section mulikuwa mnauliza ni lini muingililie Millie. And yeah, there are people who are saying this as well, because everyone was very, very negative towards Millie. And there's also are saying, it seems like there are people who are waiting to say this about Millie Wajesus. Millie, I like you, but you talk too much and do not give your hubby time to talk. Rach is very respectful and respects her husband and gives him time to talk. Going through the comments and realizing that apart from the Kaymos, so many people hapa wamebeba Millie kwa roho, where I guess it's time Millie reevaluates herself, because almost everyone is complaining about the same thing. Someone else says, Millie, please, we can see your attitude and arrogance all over. No matter how we pretend, it's all over you. Honestly, for Kabi, he's so true to himself. Change, mama, otherwise we love you. Millie should change the attitude if she needs to make peace. Millie has something in her heart, bado imemkasirisha. She should speak out na awache ma feelings, because the bitterness is right all over her face. Millie, you're so proud and arrogant. Being humble is very important. Take a leaf from Diana Marwa and Rach herself. Millie, for a fact, should change her attitude. She's not giving the mood of making peace. And let's just read one last one. I just love wisdom ya the Kaymos. I love you guys. 1, Millie is very rude. Musitulize maswali part got me. The hypocrisy in her is on high level. They as the Wajesus don't know how to keep friends. 4, I feel wakona kiburi 101%. So when many people are starting to echo the same thing, then you start even questioning, is there some truth in it? Personally, I just felt that it is their personalities. Millie is very talkative. You can even see through some of their videos that they post. As much as her and Kabi are very vocal, she's also very opinionated. So I felt that maybe it was the personality that people were judging. But one thing that I must agree within that comment section is what about the Kaymos. I personally found Kaymo himself to be very, very mature in terms of his delivery. You could see that the Kaymos were taking this particular issue or matter very, very seriously. I also feel that maybe this should not have been done on camera at this particular moment, because it seems that they're addressing it on camera. So I felt that maybe they should have talked behind the scene. And so when everyone has come to an agreement where the issue began, then maybe it's okay to come on camera and talk about it. But Kaymo took the lead to share where he feels the problem started. And let's just listen to that short clip. They will be continuing a part 2 on this.
I think it all actually really began time ya Two Rivers nikikungojea. Unakumbuka hiyo time?
Time ya two rivers.
Time tulikuwa niende ku apply I think passport ya Turkey or something.
Visa. Oh yeah.
Oh!
Yes, I remember.
That's the time it began.
Okay, really?
By the way,
That's
tukitoka
kitambo.
Turkey ndio kulikuwa na bash yenye hatukuitwa.
Do you remember what
Like a serious bad.
And so that is where the issues began. And like I mentioned earlier, I feel like they just had a very big miscommunication within the friendship, and maybe they have not also been in such a situation where there are distance within this friendship. But also the thing is, it's not like they fell out, like tumekosana hatuongeleshani. That is not what I'm gathering from this particular video. It's just that one party assumed that the other is too busy, and then they also drew back. In reality, the other party, that is the Kaymos, were offended somewhere. It's just that they did not communicate or vocalize that. I honestly think that what they're doing right now is very, very good, because right now they will understand how to communicate within their friendships. Millie Wajesus, rather the Wajesus, now know that it is okay to ask your friends. You feel like your distance, is everything okay? And if the other party decides to not communicate or vocalize that, then you can draw back, but at least you ask. Otherwise, if you have not watched the video, I would suggest you to go and watch it, and maybe you can draw your own conclusion. Do you think that Millie Wajesus has changed? Is she rude? Was she arrogant within that video? Maybe the people who have watched the Wajesus family from day one, and they have seen Millie's character from back then and now, maybe they can give the best assessment of this situation. Do you think that she has changed, or she is arrogant, as many people were putting in this particular video? But the truth is, many people came on that video and they were really bashing her. We're up to date. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notification, follow Ifaks on Instagram as well if you haven't. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.